You know that feeling, right? It's that internal battle. You have a list of things you know you absolutely need to do. Study for that exam, go to the gym, update your resume, and you have every intention of doing them. But when the moment comes to actually start, this invisible wall goes up. Your brain just says, later. And so you open your phone for just 5 minutes, which turns into 30. You decide to watch one episode on Netflix, which turns into 3. And the whole time, a quiet, nagging anxiety is building in the back of your mind, because you know later is a promise you rarely keep to yourself. That cycle of knowing what to do, but being unable to start is one of the most frustrating feelings in the world. But today, that cycle can break. I'm going to teach you a simple, powerful tool called the 2-minute rule that will help you overcome procrastination, even when your motivation is at absolute zero. This is a lesson I had to learn the hard way. Back in college, before the army, I was just coasting. I was smart enough to get by, but my habits were lazy. I thought I could get away with it. Then I joined the ROTC program and my laziness was put under a microscope. We had physical training, 6 in the morning, and for the first few weeks, I was constantly late. Not by a lot, maybe a minute or 2. My uniform wouldn't be quite right, or I'd be scrambling to find my running shoes. In my mind, it wasn't a big deal. I was wrong. One morning, after I came jogging in late again, one of the instructors, a seasoned sergeant, pulled me aside. He didn't yell. It was worse. He just looked at me with this deep sense of disappointment and said, "Cadet, every time you are late, you are telling every single person here that your time is more important than theirs. You're telling them they can't count on you." That hit me harder than any punishment could have. He was right. My small, lazy habit of hitting snooze wasn't just affecting me, it was destroying my reputation. It was a clear signal to everyone that I was unreliable. I learned a critical lesson that day. Your future isn't defined by one big heroic moment. It's forged by the tiny, seemingly insignificant habits you perform every single day. The habit of showing up. The habit of getting started. That's what this framework is all about. It's not about finding some magical source of motivation. It's about making the act of starting so easy you can't say no. First, let's talk about the physics of procrastination. The single hardest part of any task is starting it. In science, this is called activation energy. Think about a rocket trying to leave Earth. It uses more fuel in the first few minutes of launch just to break through the atmosphere than it does for the rest of its entire journey into space. Your brain works the same way. The task itself, studying for an hour, isn't what's hard. The hard part is the activation energy required to overcome the inertia of sitting on the couch and actually opening the book. Your brain is wired to conserve energy and avoid discomfort. So, when it thinks about the big, hard task, it defaults to the easier option, doing nothing. Procrastination is just your brain trying to avoid that initial burst of effort. The secret, then, is to make that initial burst of effort ridiculously small. This brings us to the framework, and the first part is simple, the rule. The 2-minute rule states that if a task takes less than 2 minutes to complete, you must do it immediately. No scheduling it, no putting it on a to-do list, no thinking about it. You just do it. Washed a dish? Don't leave it in the sink. It takes 10 seconds to put it in the dishwasher. Do it now. Finished your workout? It takes 30 seconds to put your weights away. Do it now. Taking off your coat? It takes 5 seconds to hang it in the closet instead of throwing it on a chair. Do it now. Each time you do this, you cast a vote for being a person who takes action. You're building a new identity, one small habit at a time. This creates momentum. But what about the big tasks? The ones that obviously take more than 2 minutes, like go to the gym or write my term paper. That's where the second part of the framework comes in. The shrink technique. You can't do the entire task in 2 minutes, but you can always shrink the very first step down to something that takes 2 minutes or less. The goal is not to finish the task. The goal is simply to start it. Instead of go to the gym for an hour, your new task is put on your gym shoes and socks. That's it. Anyone can do that. But what you'll find is that once your shoes are on, you'll probably just head out the door. You've overcome the activation energy. Instead of write my 10-page essay, your new task is open a document and write one sentence. Just one. But once that first sentence is on the page, the second one is much easier to write. Instead of read a book for 30 minutes, the task is read one page. Instead of clean the entire kitchen, the task is wipe down one counter. The magic of the shrink technique is that it bypasses your brain's resistance. You're not committing to the big, scary task. You're just committing to a tiny, easy 2-minute beginning. But starting is everything. Momentum is a powerful force, and once you get moving, it's much easier to stay moving. So, the game plan is this. For small tasks, obey the 2-minute rule and do them immediately. For big tasks, use the shrink technique to make the first step take less than 2 minutes. This isn't about motivation, it's about motion. Your challenge today is simple. I want you to pick one task you've been putting off, just one. And the second this video ends, I want you to do a 2-minute version of it. Don't think about the whole task. Just put on your running shoes. Just open the book to the right page. Just write one single sentence. Take the first step. And now, let's be honest in the comments. What is the one thing you're procrastinating on the most right now? It could be big or small. Let's talk about it in the comments, because you're not alone in this fight. If you found this framework valuable, hitting the like button and subscribing tells YouTube that this is the kind of guidance people need. Don't forget to turn on the bell notification so you'll know immediately when we upload new content. It's the easiest way to support our mission and ensure you're here for the next playbook. Forge strong, thrive on.